specifically on the women's side, Caitlin Clark, 8 points away from the women's NCAA record. Robbie, you thought she was going to get 39.
Hey, the lotto was struck. The lotto was struck by 2 of the 3 podcasters on this pod. So two of us will see this happen, which is congratulations on winning the lottery, guys. That is good. Those are the types of games you want to get. But yeah, I was hoping she'd go for I want you guys to see this. That's not what I meant. But going for 45 and breaking the record would be some legendary stuff. At least she didn't score 37, where on her first bucket, you're like, and now the record has fallen, right? Like, it'll be, 8? She needs 8 points?
8.
All right. So hopefully it's her 8th on her way to her, 50th point. That's what we're rooting for here, right? Like, let's see that then.
What do you think the impact is of being able to do it at home?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I was a 90s Bulls fan growing up, and they were only able to clinch one of their championships in Chicago. And I just think about when you get to share that with the fans who have watched you build this, and certainly Caitlin has built an incredible resume career. That's going to be special. I mean, that ticket they'll be scalping those things for $1,000 to be in the lower section of Carver Hawkeye. And she's already done incredible things in terms of attendance, selling out the season, selling out road venues. I mean, we've seen a court storming that's been insane at Ohio State. There's so many things that go into what her season has been. But to get to do this in front of all the people that really care about you the most. And look, if she had broken it at Nebraska, I didn't get to watch much of the game because I was doing the Northwestern Penn State game yesterday, but it sounded like it was an insane atmosphere. It would have been really special there too, but it just ramps it up a level, I think, to get to do it in front of the people that have seen you play all 4 years of your career.
We may even have to pay for our credentials.
I know. Could we
the booth? Yeah. They may sell the booth.
Yeah, seriously.
We have to call the game standing up.
Those are valuable right there. We might want to hang on to that one.
I know. I know. Right. It's going to be awesome. And, I've been really fortunate to have called Caitlin's games since she started. Actually, I always joke. She started when I started, calling games. So I called her first ever game on TV and remember Zooming with her because it was during COVID and we couldn't, meet in person, and just being blown away by her maturity and her poise as a freshman at 18 years old, who none of us knew what her career would end up being. And so to watch her progress, not only as a player and just continue to develop and get better and in all areas of the game, but also she's a really great person. And someone who's a great ambassador for the game, and someone who I think is going to have a very successful pro career as she moves on to the next level. If she does that this upcoming year and next, we'll find out soon, I suppose. But what Caitlin Clark has done, not just for women's basketball, but for college basketball overall, is something that I don't know if we'll ever see again.
Meghan, you have a really unique perspective on her career and her growth as a human. Where is the biggest area that you've seen progress, both as a person in the way, in the way she articulates the game and what she's talking about, and now on the floor as well?
Well, on the floor, her patience is much improved. Her freshman year, she would get really frustrated, and she's always had that turnover component that's been somewhat of an issue. And part of that is just because she plays so fast that people aren't ready. And that, as a point guard, you have to adjust to that. And, if people can't keep up, you have to slow down a little bit and make the right reads. But she's been a lot more patient and put with this year to me sticks out as what's been so impressive about what she's done, because Iowa had the same starting 5 for 3 years. So you have 3 seasons to build upon that chemistry, and they ultimately ended their career together in the national championship game last year. But for her to come in and adjust to getting more time with different players, different styles, and they're still succeeding at a high level, that's to me is what's been so impressive about that, poise, maturity, patience piece for her. And then as a person, I think she's handled this whole entire hoopla around her the last 8 months to a year like a pro. She's 22 years old. She just turned 22 last month. And she is handling State Farm commercials, Nike deals, Gatorade, you name it, any big name sponsor. And she's dealing with having thousands and thousands and thousands of people constantly screaming her name. She's dealt with social media hype and criticism. She's dealt with so many things, and I think has handled it the best way you could possibly handle it, and still has focused on being a student and being a good teammate and winning games and being consistent throughout her career. So, I mean, props to her, because what she's doing right now as a person, I don't know many people that could handle the amount of stress that she is under.
What are the chances that she's back next year? What are your guys' gut feelings? Is she back in college?
Go ahead.
I think she's going.
Oh,
yeah, I think she's going to.
Zora, you said you think she's gone or going to?
Going to the W.
Oh, okay. She's going to be gone. Okay.
She's achieved.
Right. This is just,
she's done everything she can do at the college level.
I was just thinking from a finances standpoint.
Those become endorsements, right?
No, and it's not like they go away. Like, she's still who she is. Just, man, she could shatter the record. But I do think it's kind of cool to do it in 4 years too, because then it's like a traditional. But yeah, that'll be interesting.
And she's going to get pistol I'm thinking too far ahead here, but she'll get that too.
Yeah, by March, 100%.